I would like to start by saying thank you Guild Wars 2 for sponsoring this video. The new expansion End of Dragons has been out for about a week now, so let's check out some of the new content and features that came with the expansion, and I will share my experience and what I have noticed about them so far. End of Dragons comes with a total of 4 new maps: Seitong Province, New Kaining City, the Echovold Wilds, and Dragon's End. Each one of those maps is just so big and full of a lot of stuff to do. We have lots of events in all of them, new collections, new vendors, and unique items that we can get from them. Let me also tell you that just simply running around each one of those maps will just show you how each one of them have a completely different environment. You will get the feeling from everything that will surround you, including the music, the ambient dialogue, and just the entire feel of the map itself. I would highly recommend that you do that at least once and just run around the map and just try to explore it, because it is simply stunning. Another thing I noticed in the new expansion are the mastery points. Most of them are very easy to get, and they really don't feel as grindy at all. As you can see, I managed to unlock all the masteries for the Jade Bots, and a couple extra for fishing and skiffs, and I still have some extra points to spend. And the best thing about this is I didn't really feel at any point that I got out of my way to get those mastery points, and there are much more that I simply skipped on my way, and I can easily get back to get them anytime when needed. And don't forget that the majority of those masteries and features and what we can do with them are not exclusive to the End of Dragon maps. They are very useful in all kinds of content and in all of the maps. Fishing and skiffs are 2 of the new features added with the new expansion. Both of those features work together very well, and they have some masteries that support each other's, and especially in Seitong Province and New Kaining City, fishing from your skiff is one of the best things you can do. It is a very fun and relaxing experience overall, and you can easily lose track of time while you are doing them. You get to enjoy fishing while looking at all the beautiful scenes around you, and you can also have your friends and guildies jump on your skiff and you can all fish together. And in fact, there are a couple of masteries tied to this that will make your loot better when you fish together in a group. But fishing is also needed for some end game content, like for example some of the collections, like legendary weapons for the siege turtle and more. The fishing and skiff masteries will both provide some very good advantages that will make the whole experience better and easier for you. I made a previous guide where we explained how can we unlock fishing and skiffs. I will leave the link for it in the comments and description, and I will still make a future guide where we talk together about all the masteries for fishing and skiffs. Fishing and skiffs can also be done in all of the maps, including the core tier ones, and in fact there are some achievements and collections tied to them. Jade Bots are one of the amazing features that was added with End of Dragons, especially with their modules and the different things you can do with them. Jade Bots also have their own masteries that can be very useful for all kind of different content in game. For example, all around you will find a lot of those defensive and offensive protocols. When you interact with them, they will give you this buff called Jade Tech Defensive Overcharge. This is an amazing buff that will provide a lot of boons throughout the fight and increase your toughness and vitality. And the same goes for the offensive protocol. You can interact with it. It will give you this buff called Jade Tech Offensive Overcharge, which will provide again a lot of boons along with some extra power and condition damage. Both of those boons will keep activating with you every time you enter combat. And then you also have those zip lines, which will help you navigate through the maps, and with the energy efficiency mastery, it will enable you to gather charges from them as you go. One of the modules you can equip on your Jade Bots will enable you to get some very good loot from the mobs you kill. There is a whole lot more to Jade Bots than this, and I have a separate guide where we cover everything about Jade Bots, how to unlock it, and how to get the modules and everything. You will find the link for it in the comments and description. Siege Turtle is a new mount that was also added with the expansion, and this is very unique to the others. It is the only mount that you can use in combat, and it is the only mount that can carry 2 players. One player that will control the movement of the turtle, and another player that will be responsible for using the guns that are a part of the siege turtles. Both players, not only the person responsible for the guns, can do damage to mobs while you are on the siege turtle. And it also comes with its own masteries that will improve everything about the mount. I will still have a guide coming up soon on how can you unlock the siege turtle and what each of the masteries will do. I will add it to with a playlist when it's done. The new elite specializations that were added with End of Dragons are extremely useful. You can tailor each of them to your own playstyle. For example, if you prefer to do some damage or condition damage or heal or support, and they provide a unique playstyle different than the other elite specializations. And some of them even provide boons that are really important, not only for group content like strike missions and raids for example, but also for open world in general. You have a lot more elite specializations now able to provide alacrity and quickness for example, and in my opinion this is a positive change because it increases the options we have to maximize our efficiency from our competition without having to limit people to play certain builds or certain classes. You don't even have to play a full support build to be able to provide those boons. You can provide them while doing a very decent amount of damage. So far I managed to spend a decent time on my Mechanist, which is elite specialization for engineers, and Harbinger, which is elite specialization for necromancers. Both of them were extremely good. I can have a build for them that will do very high damage in open world while providing a lot of boons and sustain, and with just a couple of changes I can have those same builds and those same classes provide a whole lot more support for the entire group and the entire squad, which will help me benefit the squad in a better way whenever I want to do any kind of group content that also includes open world metas, and at the same time whenever I am just doing solo stuff I can run my normal damage builds. If you have not bought the expansion yet and would like to do so, you'll find the link for it in the comments and description. And that will be it for us today. Thank you very much for watching and I will see you next time.